Hello, good evening. Happy Wednesday, Thursday for me. I am getting ready to go to yet another city today. So I will be leaving this city, which is Taoyuan, which is outside of Chengde. I will be leaving this city this afternoon and going down south, or not south, maybe east. Going to the water, though, at least, to Zhuhai, which is a city I have not been to before. So that should be fun. Should be interesting. Trying to stay flexible. But um, what I want to do today is business day. And I actually did a lot of work yesterday exploring this idea. And it didn't quite end up where I hoped it would, but I still think it's valuable. I still think it would be worth sharing. Hi, Bloom. Happy to see you here. I hope you're having a good day. Good night. Um, so so I thought, yeah, I would just share kind of what I learned and kind of where I am right now, even though I'm not at the finish point. So, as many of you know, I'm in process of writing a book, which has been a big struggle. I do feel like I'm making progress, but part of what bothers me about this idea about writing the book is it just feels a little bit cumbersome. And I think that also because I work with people, my primary client base and focus and um, customers are families who are caring for someone with dementia or who are caring for or planning care for later life for themselves or for their family members. And, when we're doing that, we tend to be really exhausted. We tend to not have much brain power. And so even though like when I'm writing the book, I'm trying to be very concise and very just deliver nuggets of wisdom in every little page and have lots of white space on my pages and things like that so that it has a very low cognitive load. But it's still a book. And so what I got excited about yesterday, which I'm going to talk about today, is this idea of creating a very minimal mini audio series and taking like one of the ideas that I have in the book, something that I talk about a lot, and turning it into a mini audio series. And this would be something then that people can listen to when they're on their morning walk or on a drive or even if it's a caregiver while they're working. But it's different than a book. It's not like I have written a book and I'm turning it into an audiobook. So it's I like the idea. It's kind of in between a course and an audiobook. And I hadn't really thought of that before. And this came from a conversation with ChatGPT. So thank you, ChatGPT. So that was all fun. And then we talked about, we meaning me and Chat, how to do that and what platform to use and all of these things. And that was a bit of a rabbit hole. So what I ended up um, choosing to start with was Gumroad, which I hadn't worked with before. And I realize now that I've gone in and created an account that I have purchased someone else's content from through Gumroad because I purchased Rory Flynn's really great mid-journey summary sheet, which all of its things I had downloaded that from him, and he had done that through Gumroad. So that's what I'm going to do. Oop. Yes, Kate for the win. Yeah, ChatGPT has nicknames in our group, so nicknames are Kate because we have Kate and we have Claude. So yeah, Rory Flynn's classes are awesome. And actually, you'll see what I'm talking about because I'll pull up my library. So let me just share. And again, this isn't a finished thing. Like I'm still in the process of this because it didn't quite do what I wanted. So I'm still exploring. But I like this idea. So I'm hoping I can figure it out. Okay, so this is where I am. Obviously, currently it's in Gumroad Library. And this is my Midjourney cheat sheet that I purchased from Rory Flynn, which is awesome. Let me just expand it and see if it can. Oh, interesting. It turned it into text. Oh, downloadable file. Anyway, getting off topic. So let me go to home first, just to show you the layout. So like this is the dashboard. It's obviously very user-friendly. Welcome aboard, create your profile, create your product, get your follower, make a sale, get your money, do a promotion, that sort of thing. So I guess the one thing that struck me when I first came here is that I was hoping naively that it was going to be focused on audio series. Just because of the way my conversation with ChatGPT was going, I thought, oh, Gumroad is just audio series and it's geared for that and it's going to be built for that and everything's going to be super easy. And it's obviously not. It does many things. And so it's not just audio series. So there's some things that I feel don't really work for me. But so then here's products. And what I did is I just loaded in a couple of things to try. So this was a song that I had created in Suno a while back. So I brought that in. And then this was the test of the beginning of the audio series. So these are my two products. And if I go to, where's my, how do I preview my page? Maybe down here, profile? No. Well, that's also interesting. So this shows you just like where my products are, but I want to see my page out of the box. Let me see if I just copy this like a newbie. Will that bring it up? No, that didn't do anything. I click on, uh-oh, now everything's spinning. I've frozen it. Stop sharing. Share this tab instead. Oh, wait a minute. This did some. Oh, it did the same thing. So when I brought in that other website, it just took me to the same place. So, okay, wow, that's very big. Very large picture for the cover image. Maybe I don't need that as the cover image. But yeah, so then it just has that. It has the description, add to cart, and then the duration. So what it doesn't have, which I think is really important for an audio series, is to have a listen button, so that you can hear a little bit of it. Let me just make sure you guys are seeing okay. So yeah, so I think that kind of isn't ideal. Like you just have to read the description and then buy it. There's no way to listen to it. So that's kind of lame. But so then I did buy it just to see what would happen. And then I got the email. So now if I share this tab instead, this is the email that I received. You've purchased this. Here it is. View your content. And that brings me here. Let me just make sure. Yep, you're seeing what I'm seeing. And then there's no picture here, which is also kind of a bummer. Because I did put the picture in as a thumbnail as well as a cover. So it should have been here somewhere. And then I could either download it or play it.
How do I even begin? Segment 1. How do I even begin? If you're listening to this, it probably means something just changed. A diagnosis, a decline, or maybe just a moment where you realized things aren't the same anymore. This series is not about fixing everything. It's about helping you get your footing so you're not trying to make decisions while standing on shaky ground.
So Yeah, I mean, this isn't visually appealing to me. I wouldn't want my clients to come to this page. So that's kind of a bummer. So now let me go back and share what other things I've been looked into as options for this idea, just to tell you where my thinking is, and you can maybe share something you know about any of these other options. So let me stop sharing that and go back to my strategy. So the things I have looked into. Oh, black screen. Oh, darn it. Sorry, Bloom. I hope that it came back quickly. I was trying to bounce back and forth and check the comments. It's hard to do, right? Ah, maybe it's good to have two monitors in ideal world so that we can like track things. I thought of maybe having my phone be there. That might be a good idea, just to have that as the screen. It's probably smart. Um, so so the different things I have looked into. So let's see. We went back to, there was kind of two main questions. One was, what's good for an audio series? What's well, maybe three. What's easy to use? And then what platform would I be like linking to my website? Would I be a freestanding platform where people can I would just direct people there? Um, and of course, I'm looking for something that I hope, like I imagine what I would like is to have multiple different audio series. Like this could be the backbone of my information sharing, my business, rather than PDFs or something that people have to download and read. Ugh, right? So, or even videos. I think videos are good, but again, I think a lot of my clients are not able to sit and watch a video. They're going to be much more likely to listen to something that's audio only. And if I just do a podcast, um, that isn't great because, well, for one thing, I think podcasts are more like entertainment focused. It's not so much educational. And the way that I see my audio series is people would want to come back to certain segments or bookmark certain things and find them by topic easily. And, so it's really more of a library of educational, small educational classes that are in audio form. And I couldn't really find a platform that did that. So the closest one that I think next I need to look into is Podia, Podia, which is again just a website builder, but it seems to have good, maybe more audio support. I'm not sure. I also thought of just using Bandcamp and treating my audio series as albums, and then just having my albums as like album covers that I could have on my website or something, and direct people to Bandcamp. The nice thing about the Bandcamp idea is that because they're used to doing music albums, they do have the option to play and listen a little bit before you purchase. Um, and also the layout is nice. I like that it's visual and you have album covers and that kind of thing. The downside of Bandcamp is that it's not geared for education, so it's not gathering people's email addresses and building a community and things like that. So, yeah, so I think though that like I've looked into, I mean, I got a whole bunch of ideas, right, back and forth from chat. But I think the two next ones that seem the most likely would be either Podia or Bandcamp. So that was it for today. I just wanted to kind of share this idea. I'm excited about it. The other reason I'm excited about this idea is that what I have been thinking about for my business is I obviously I love sharing this information and helping families with care planning. But I really love helping other entrepreneurs, especially those in the healing profession, to think about their strategy and bring ideas to them that they can use. And so if I kind of use myself as a test case and I find something that's really useful for me, I can then bring that to my friends, who have incredible knowledge and information and are also struggling to find ways to get it out and to monetize it in simple ways and easy ways and that sort of thing. So that was the reason I also like this idea about audio series. Is maybe this is a new way that I haven't explored that I might be able to do for myself and might be helpful for other people. So if you have any insight into this, please let me know. If you follow anyone or if you've seen anyone who's done this kind of thing, that would also be really interesting for me because I asked chat for examples and it didn't really have specific like mini audio series examples. I mean, he did give me some names, I think, like uh but they were the examples he gave me were people that have huge followings and huge like already are doing podcasts and things like that, and then kind of add this on as things that you could buy. So they pull out kind of knowledge packets from their what business is separately is like a separate thing. Whereas I want to start with that. I want to start with these knowledge packets. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know, but that's what I've been thinking about. And that was it for today. It was my 15 minutes. I'm trying to stay short and sweet on these morning meetings, evening meetings for you. So thank you so much for being here. I am Beth Reeves. I am a care manager currently traveling in China, trying to figure out how to build a business abroad and help people from far away and connect with other entrepreneurs and artists and healing professionals. And I talk about different things every day. So today was business. Tomorrow will be health. So I hope to see you there. Yeah, I thought about doing that. Hey, Bloom. I thought about, she was saying I could create my audio and just upload it to my own website. What was the downside of that idea? I don't remember. I don't remember now. Maybe it was just that I don't remember. Maybe that is the best idea. Maybe it was just that required all of the setup for me, and maybe the idea was like, maybe we could find something that already had a setup, but maybe I can't, and that's the best approach. So, okay. Well, thank you so much for being here. Nice to see you, Bloom. We'll see you in a little bit. And I hope you have a great evening. See you tomorrow. Bye.